Hi everyone, welcome back to Grandpa Mark's Hobbies and an unboxing of AMT's 1934 Ford pickup 3-in-1 kit. I have to thank Kyle for sending me this. It was completely unexpected, and I'll tell you what, it blew me away. And believe it or not, we're going to do a double unboxing here today. This and a surprise package that's on the inside. But he sent me this on top of what was inside because I was talking about the other kit that's in here, and he sent me this to go along with all my roadsters and stuff like that. And I've been holding off on it until I posted the video of the unboxing of the TEXACO station, because I think this will be really cool to go with that TEXACO station. Even though they're a little out of time, I really don't care. I think it's just gonna look great. So let's open this up and see what we got inside. First things first, we have a baggie with a different kit in here, and I'm gonna move this box out of the way and we'll talk about what's in the bag. So this little gem is a wheel horse tractor, and Steve built one on the group page, and I made a comment about, man, I drove 1,000,000 miles with one of these, my brother and I. So Kyle said, hey, I got one if you want it. I was like, oh, I would love it. So he sent me this thing out and then tagged the tow truck on top of it. So check it out. We got our under frame here. The detail in this is so sweet. I mean, it's just awesome detail for such a tiny little kit. But we got our body with textured where your feet go. We got a nice seat, short back seat too. I remember after a long day, your back would feel like jello riding this thing. We got our front, our hood, a really detailed engine, nice battery, the little steering wheel. We got 3 tires. The other one's on the ground here. Here's the 4th. The plastic tires, I have no problem working with plastic tires. Started out doing tanks and stuff like that, and they were always plastic. And some of the old AMT kits came plastic too. So they're easy to work with. You just take your time to mask everything and then work from the center out is what I always do. And it seems to work fine. But look at the detail in that little engine. This thing is awesome. Now, it does not have a mower deck because it was a pusher it came in another kit as a pusher. But it won't be that hard to make a mower deck. We got our exhaust, chromed exhaust. We'll change that. But everything's here. Our suspension. This is so awesome. Nice little kit. We got our cover. This will get dipped. This will get dipped. That, I can't remember, but it'll probably get dipped. The top will get dipped. This is your air cleaner and starter. So we'll have to throw that in. This whole thing will probably end up getting dipped, and anything, I don't remember anything being chrome on the wheel horse except for, and I think even the button on the top was black. So we'll just about chrome everything. Maybe the hubs will leave the way they are. But that's about it. What a cool little kit, though. I mean, this thing is going to be a blast to build. I have that new gallery airbrush that I did the unboxing on, and this is going to it's going to get tested with this, especially with these wheels. We'll put it through the paces. We'll put the small needle in there and see how it sprays rubber black. So let me get this back in the bag. And again, I can't thank everybody enough for all your support and everything that you've all done to help my group go and my YouTube channel keep going. But anyhow, let's get into this kit. AMT's classic directions. I mean, they don't get any easier. They do the exploded drawings. I have a copy of these online, and I noticed the standard engine, the stock engine, doesn't have an exhaust manifold, or if it does, I'm just not seeing it. We'll see when we get into the build. But I don't see it here, and the pipes just run up and stop. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we'll check it out, and that's part of the build. So, but the directions are always really simple with these. They make it to where you can just follow along. So we will put that, and I always put them back in the box top while I'm doing the unboxing so I don't lose things. First sprue, which is engine, the radiator cover, really nice firewall. We have our truck bed with a lot of wood grain detail, and I pinned a video on our Facebook page, the Grandpa Mark's Hobbies Facebook page, that shows an amazing way to do wood grain, and it's so simple, but it I don't know, I never thought of it, but it takes a lot for me to fire the brain up. But yeah, check that bed out. Good detail in there. We'll be able to paint that, and then either use a Maltol pen or silver pen, or our bare metal foil in here to do the lines. This is going to be a work truck, so it's going to be beat in here a little bit. Here's our floorboard. Rubber detail in there, nice. Our tailgate with chains already molded in there, and they look good. It's not like they're just thrown on to say, here, bro, go ahead and do it. These look really nice. Our horn, we'll drill into the tip of that to make it a little bit deep, because I am going to put that on. We have our radiators, our fan belt. Fan belt's a little thick, but that's okay. It's going to be pushed up in there anyhow. So our first sprue, and looking great. And check it out. Again, mold lines and flash, non-existent. This is beautifully done. And I really appreciate when you get a kit like that where you don't have to bust your tail cleaning it. You can just get right into the build. Nice fenders. I love the roadster fenders. You know, the big sweeping fenders. Very cool. We'll have the spare in there. Not bad at all. Molded very nice. And I'm looking, and I don't see any BS written on the bottom that we'll have to scrape out. We can just go right into test fitting and building this bad boy. Nice and clean. Very nice. Oh, we have flash up front. Razor blade, and knock that right off. Our lights go in right through here. I'll probably end up drilling just behind them and running the wires underneath this way to the back. I have some ideas for the bed, and I'm pulling the bed back up. It is big enough to where I can have the toe part in here, the wrecker part, and maybe sneak a 9-volt battery up here with a little, the little Arduino, and build a box so it looks like a box instead of putting the tire rack in there. We'll see. I'm hoping it should be close this way, but I'll find out. I will leave that in the description, because I'm going to test it right after we're done here. Here's our frame. Nice, simple frame. Battery box. Gas tank. Simple. Easy to build. I mean, there's not much here. I'm not quite sure what these are for, but we will find out. Looks good. Look at this minor flash. That is it. I'll take that all day long. All right, let's get into this a little deep. Here is our extra stuff, I think. We have a tonneau cover. We have our wrecker frame. That'll go down like that. Have a very cool engine stand, and I'll use this a bunch. I've wanted one of these. I've tried to build a couple of them. They were garbage. So I gave up. This will be nice to have. We got bucket seats. I'll be using a bench seat with this. Steering wheel. We got our spare tire holder. Another firewall. Not sure which one's stock or not. And one exhaust pipe. We have a little X pipe or Y pipe. Not sure what that's going to be for, but we'll figure it out. But I mean, look at the detail. Very nice. The texture, I don't know if you'll be able to see that texture. I'll move it up and down. But the tonneau is really textured nice. So I might use this to cut up to make the battery box. No, I'm going to keep this. This is way too nice to mess up. It's even textured on the inside. So there's that sprue. There's a bunch to this little kit. We're coming out with our dash, our pedals, looks like our brake assembly, headlights, big old hunkin' battery, and it's drilled out too. Our rear end, our frame, watch out, it's got a windshield wiper on it. Let's not break that off. Our seat, just flat seat, little bit of edge work, but that's about it. And you don't expect much for a work truck. They weren't fancy like they are today. We have spoked rims that are nicely done too. Check that out. Nice keyed in so they'll fit together properly. I love it. Our suspension, this is our front suspension, and there's two of them. And the reason why is because one of them's lower than the other one. So you can drop the stance a little bit in the front. We have our V-frame, and I don't know what that is. This is probably the drive shaft. Very cool. Very, very cool. See, this is the bracket that holds the headlights, the headlight dishes, and then there's inserts to go in there with lenses too. So we'll have to check all that out. But how sweet is that? Might be for a toolbox. I'm not sure. I don't really know all the little extra stuff but I know this thing comes loaded. We'll move on here. Check it out. We got a plastic tire. We got some deep rims. Our V-brace for our engine. 2 shafts for something. And a piece of flat. Not sure what it's for. Really not sure what any of this is for right now. But again, we'll find out. And we're digging in here. Here's some of the extra stuff. We have a stand for a trophy, some blocks. This is our wheel rack. And like I said, I'm not going to use this, or probably not going to use this. Let me pull this out of here. I'm probably not going to use it on the kit, but I will use it on the TEXACO station. So it'll have its job. The bricks will leave in the back of the bed, and that is a little tiny gas can that goes on the fender well. And I'll use a little piece of Tamiya tape to make it look like it's strapped on. So very cool. I like the stand. That's neat. Maybe we'll put that on the desk inside the TEXACO station. We'll have to see. But moving on here, we're getting into some chrome pieces. This bag's split in half. We'll move all that junk out the way. We'll start with this one, which is a trophy. Check it out. It's a trophy of the pickup truck. You know what? It's a newer version of a Texaco station, so maybe we'll make this like a dresser pickup truck and look really, really good. We have that, and it looks like a jack. So I'm wondering if this sits on the jack or if that's just a jack. We'll have to check it out. But that is cool. Now we got our custom rims, and they give you 5. Pretty cool. A little bend in this. That's kind of weird, but they're molded nice, so not a problem. And I'll tell you what, if we don't use these on this, which I'm going to definitely use the spokes on this, these, well, right now I can see one of these getting glued to the wall of the service station with an air hose wrapped up around it. So, and then 4 of them for another build, and everybody wins. So very nice. Look at how nice the detail is in those. And I like that they're not just blaring chrome. They're subdued, so that you don't have to do anything with them but a little bit of panel liner, and they will rock. So in the box they go. We're going to pull out another chrome tree with another set of deep rims on it. A chrome engine. Look at all look at all the chrome on this engine. Gee whiz, Batman. We have exhaust manifold. I wonder if that's supposed to go on either or engine. We'll have to find out. There's our head. Different pipes. Our bumper. We have a chrome screwdriver and a chrome wrench. 2 wrenches. We have what looks like tail lights. We have, remember those inserts I was talking about for the headlights. Not sure which one it is, but I know one of those is for that. We have some caps. We have some more lights, and it has spotlights on it. So these would get painted like the Tamiya clear orange, or just maybe clear Mod Podge and then some future on them. Quick shine on them. There's another pickup truck, chrome pickup truck, and another jack. Our stick shift looks like our brake. Not sure what that one is. Our fancy air cleaner. Here's our hook. Air horns. Looks like mirrors. Definitely mirrors. Might just use one of those. Real nice valve covers on here. Yeah, so this has got to be for the older engine, and then we'll dump those in LA Awesome and strip them too. Easy gauge cluster right here. Nice. Not sure if those are bumper bumps or if those are supposed to be lights. We'll have to find out. But a nice full chrome. Look at that fancy radiator. This is nice. Very well detailed and molded. I've just never seen a chrome engine before. So that's kind of got me aback a little bit. Here we go with our rear suspension with our spring. Our drive shaft. So that wasn't the drive shaft, so I have no clue what that was. But it looks good. Very nicely detailed. Just sitting in the box, so it must come off of the sprue. And that was a toolbox lid, because here's the toolbox. Very neat. Very neat. And the crank for the wrecker, we'll wrap that up with either some solder, or maybe I'll even get some fine like leader line for a fishing leader and use that. But even that's nicely done. I'll probably take a file and notch gear cogs into one side of this, and then maybe find something that I can make another gear, because this would have been geared up, because I don't think you wanted to just crank up a car off the ground without having a gear reduction, unless it's supposed to be inside of here. But I think it's supposed to be a gear plate on to a driver and then back, so that it's more of a gear reduction winch. But we'll see when we get into it. We have our glass. I'm gonna leave that in. Okay, now we got 4. 2 of these I think are for the toe assembly, and then these are for the front. So we'll be able to have the toe lights going out the back, and then our front headlights going out the front, and we'll wire them up. I'm gonna try to get a dome light in this thing too, even if it didn't come with one. I'll put one in there just to brighten up that interior like I did on the Dart. That worked really, really nice. Now we got 4, really, I'm gonna cut this open. We got 2 metal axles. I'm gonna throw them right in the box right now, so I don't have them on the carpet somewhere. And we got 5 very nicely done white wall tires. Really sharp. These are Firestone tires. I think I'm reading that right. Firestone with the size. Nothing on the inside, but look at the pattern on here. There's no mold line on that at all. I mean, you got a little extra in the center, but a quick shot of sandpaper and then a little bit of the brown pastel on here, and that'll look really nice. And I think since this is a, well, I don't know, we might make this thing like a show truck to go with the Texaco, or a work truck with the Texaco. I'm not sure, because I'm not too worried about being out of date. I'm usually out of date and time anyhow. But here's our last group of parts that's in the box, and I'm looking to make sure nothing else. We have our body and front, and I just pinned another video where they showed how to hinge this really easy. So I might even try to make hinges to lift open one side, depending on how it works. I don't want to scratch the snot out of the fender doing it. I'd rather just take it off and put it back on if that's the case. But if it's going to move without scratching the fender, maybe I will hinge these 2 sides so you can lift it up and show it, or put it down and make it go to work. But very nice. We got our lockdowns, handle, good hinges, nice depth on the door, on the door seam, not too bad. I think this is your mold line right here on this. Comes around this way, because I'm not seeing anywhere else. So we'll just clean that up a little bit, do a little sand on here. The window goes on the front, and this is done. This is going to be Texaco. You know, I know, well, I got 2 little license plate brackets that I'm going to put right back in the big box for now, so I don't lose them. This is a Texaco kit, or a SANOCO kit. And I'm going to pull the decals open right now to show you how nice these are. Check this. I like the blue flames. I did a car with flames in it. I'm not a huge flame guy, but I did do the car with the flames, and I liked it. But I really like the blue flames. This would be really sharp if you use the Tamiya blue on this and have it like fade into light across that. I have a race car roadster that might end up getting these put on it. I'm not sure, we'll see. But I think that'd look pretty cool on a drag car. But see, we got some really, really nice SANOCO decals on here, and a ton of them. Highway 12 service station in Big Henry SANOCO. Highway 12 in the gold instead of just, or in the yellow instead of just the black. a plethora of license plates. Nice Ford emblem with pinstripes coming down it, and a whole lot of real nice pinstriping work in yellow. So you could go all out with that. 24-hour service. The little AMT signs, I'll incorporate them somewhere, probably in the window, maybe in the back window, like it'd be a AAA sign or something like that. Nice Firestone decals, I'll use them. Not sure if it'll be on here or not. And look, it says dark body color and tonneau cover, so it's telling you exactly where. Light body color. So they give you a ton of them. Just not sure. Well, I know I'm not going to be using those. I am going to put them right back in the bag here. Now, the reason why I'm saying that I'm not going to be using those is because JC, the person that I got the MRC Texaco station, sent me these. And it was just by random. I know he didn't know that I was getting this car, but he said, hey, if you want them, they're yours. And I was like, oh yes. So now I got Texaco service station, road service, telephone number, and it's like the old, around here it used to be Garfield. But yeah, how about that? So now we can turn this into an actual Texaco truck. And I know they came white and red, and this is what I wanted to throw out to everybody. Should I do this all white or all red, or should I split it, maybe top red and bottom white, or bottom red and top white? I'm not quite sure, and I've been going back and forth now for about a week and a half trying to figure it out. So I'm going to throw it out to the group. What do you think with a tow truck, what it would be? Or even just maybe just paint it the Ford black and leave it go at that. But check out how perfect that Texaco sign is on there. Absolutely perfect. We can even throw one of the smaller ones on the tailgate. So very cool. I mean, I got all kinds of room. These medium ones are probably the ones I'll use on here because they'll be just the right size for this. But talk about an awesome kit and some awesome people that are going out of their way to keep our YouTube page going and our Facebook page going. I can't say enough about how grateful I am to everybody that's given me everything, the thumbs up, the comments, the everything, subscriptions, the emails and texts and all that. I love it all, and it does help me keep going. But here we go with the now 1934 Ford Texaco truck. I appreciate you watching, and I'll let you go. I hope you all have a great week.